What up, world? What up, media? Jorel here, aka Drake Rockets. This is Jorel Sampson Topics. Thank you for clicking on this particular topic this morning. Thank you for viewing my previous videos here on YouTube called Jorel Sampson Topics. Thank you. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart and the very bottom, from the top to the bottom of my inner part of this cover of shell. I appreciate it. Thank you. I want to talk to you about Easter. What it really is and what it backs trail to. It does not have nothing to do with Jesus, the prophet, master Jesus. It does not have nothing to do with him, but Christianity believes that Easter is around the time he been resurrected. That is totally false. That's totally false. So I will discuss Easter, but who and what you're really recognizing of a day, a celebration of a particular goddess of sex here on this channel called Jorel Sampson Topics. Now I'm not going to spend too much time on this. Now I want to talk to you about Easter because some of us do not know what Easter is. Some of us do this particular day called Easter that's going to fall, that I heard, on April Fools. Now some do know what is Easter and what's the meaning behind Easter. Now Easter, that the Christians, I don't know what the Caucasian church do as far as that, but I do know what the black church, what black people do. They probably do the exact same thing, but I don't know. Now Easter come around, we do this. We go out buying suits and dresses and hats and dress to kill laid out. Okay. Now we go cooking and throwing gatherings and stuff like that on Easter and every other holiday or whatever day. Now, Christians need to understand, need to do a research, because it's a fact that some of us do not know the real history of the 4th of July, really Christmas, Easter, and whatever holiday. Now, some of us as Christians are programmed through tradition. Easter, I want to tell you something that some of you will not believe. But if you go on your smartphone, iPhone, Galaxy, whatever phone, and Google Easter. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Easter is a day that is recognized of really, fertility, excuse me. Did you know that it's a sign that recognizes this goddess of sex named Easter? She has a whole bunch of eggs around her. Now, Easter is defined as this: sex. The women will go around looking for males to impregnate them. So they built a monument of a statue of a woman, and they bow down to it, And this goddess of a statue of a goddess of sex is named Easter. These women will put flowers in their hair. Like some of these women do nowadays, they put flowers in their hair, but some of them don't know the real history. When they do put flowers in their hair, that backs trail to that pagan ritual. Now, paganism is defined as something that is not acknowledging the real creator, acknowledging something else that's strange. You know, people like Egyptians, they bow down to a statue that has a bird head and a human body. Now, Easter, that this day is coming up, that people need to look at, that does not back trail to the resurrection of Jesus. No. Now, how can you say you got let's see, a rabbit, Easter bunny, then you got eggs, then you got Jesus? That does not make sense at all. It do not make sense at all. People need to realize it's always a meaning behind something. It's always a meaning behind something. Now, Easter, E-A-S-T-E-R. That is a goddess of sex. Easter. Google it. People, by tradition, Christianity, it's a fact. I keep saying this over and over and over. Christianity is only a European religion of control and oppression. The church, that they put up a symbol of a cross. That's the symbol of Satan. He said in the Quran, I believe, that he said, I will go up and down, to and fro, up and down, back and forth. Now, before Jesus stepped on the scene, the cross was already there by Constantine the Great. He used that cross as a symbol of conquer. See? Easter does not align with the master prophet because he was a prophet. Jesus, it does not align with that. Because how can you have an Easter bunny, then you have these eggs, and then you have Jesus? That does not make sense at all. See, you've been taught wrong in Christianity. You see, religion teaches you this. Okay? My God is this, your God is that. My God, I call him Allah, I call him Jehovah. Well, look, we told Moses. He said, I am that which you call me. I am that. But that's another story. Just like the day of Christmas, the 25th. You are celebrating the day of a nasty, wicked, that a man that had sex with his mother. That was, let's see, Nimrod, I think. That's his birthday on Christmas, the 25th. Some people don't know that. You know what I'm saying? Christmas is another pagan holiday. See? But the point is Easter. Easter is a day of recognition of the goddess of sex. See? See, that's what I'm saying. It also, when these days come around, Christmas, Easter, 4th of July, everybody always got to spend on those days. That's when the that's when the marketing prices retail, you know. But people need to open their eyes and see. Easter That's the goddess name. Easter, the goddess of sex. When women, when this day come around, they go around looking for men. They have sex orgies. The eggs is scattered around this goddess of a statue. She's surrounded by eggs. What is that saying? That's saying I'm ready to do this and do that, to give whatever. So people need to understand that these holidays has a meaning behind it, you know? Just like people that's into satanic worship, you know? When you believe in a being like that, because he does exist, and he hides himself in other things of other belief. If you take part in a satanic religion, just like voodoo is a religion, but in satanic religion, they believe in Satan, Iblis. They believe in him. But he's a being that has been indeed kicked out and cast out because of his arrogance, his conceited. The Creator said, I told you, like he said in the Quran, I told you to bow down to Adam. What hindered you? And he said, with a weak debate, he said, I'm not doing it because he's made of dust and I am made of fire. So God said, let's see. With that attitude, with that behavior, get thee out. But the point is, Easter does not align with Jesus' resurrection. No, it doesn't. Just like I've been saying, Jesus, how he came forth is unknown. It's unknown. Now the book says that he was declared the Spirit of God, and so on, so on, so on. And it said that he was named Wonderful, and God came down and wrapped himself in flesh, things in that nature, and Jesus came forth. Somebody on my Facebook said, which I find it funny, on my friend list, she said, she posted, how can Jesus take on a Mexican name? Well, he's also referred as Emmanuel. But Jesus, he was young. He was at the age of what, 32 years old. That's young. But he had a wise philosophy. He had a wise opinion. He was very wise at his age. And he came from the house of David. You know, he was declared the Spirit of God, you know, things of that nature. But he was also a Nazarene. Now, eventually, when Jesus, you know, he said, this is not, but he did not drink no alcohol, you know, because it's forbidden. Nazarites cannot cut their hair, cannot drink no alcohol, wine, beverages, or forbidden food. They cannot. But he said, when that day comes, I will drink the cup, whatever. But the point is, Easter does not got nothing to do or a line that don't make sense to Jesus' resurrection. No, it don't. No, it don't. You know, but see, we are trained by a tradition to think this. We are trained as a tradition to go out, buy Easter basket, to go out to buy the best suit and the best dress. You know, we are trained to take care of the pastor and fund his car and his house. We are trained to do this. But not understanding that you do this on a particular day called Easter, not knowing it backs trail to a goddess of sex named Easter. That does not have nothing to do with the resurrection of Jesus. You know, just like this, I believe that them men long ago, 2,000 years ago, 4,000 years ago, walked. They walked from Abraham to Noah, Moses, David, Solomon, Saul, Jesus, Samson, Deborah, Prophet Muhammad. You know, all these people walked before, you know. But nowadays, there's no prophet. There are some prophets, but they're scattered, and there's a few. But I'm here to tell you that Easter does not align or go with the resurrection of Jesus. That don't make sense at all. Because how you gonna have the Easter bunny, then you have the egg, and then you have Jesus? That don't make no sense, okay? And I will say this. Jesus is not a God. Jesus was a man that came to us, let's see, to teach, to correct, to guide, and counsel. He was not a God. Now, to me, I believe that God is one. If the man said, follow me, do not worship me. Church folks need to understand that. You say Jesus is a God, but wait a minute. What did he tell you? He said worship the Father. He didn't say worship me. See, that's what I'm saying. You don't learn nothing in the church. You don't learn nothing. The only thing you learn is to come with the best dress, the best suit, who look good, the most this and that, and judge within that congregation. Look at sister so-and-so. Look at brother so-and-so. But Jesus, the prophet, the master said, do not bow down to me as a God. So that's what I'm saying. He said, follow me, not worship. See? And he said, worship our Father. He didn't say worship me. He said, worship our Father. That's what I am saying. So, that note, do research about Easter. Do research about Easter. Do research about Easter. Do research about anything you get into or anything you choose to bring to your home or whoever. Do research. That's what Malcolm said. He said anything that you get into, you have to do research about that you're getting into. You just can't hop into it, you know? Because, in honesty, I lean towards the Islam because why? Because it teaches you a wonderful thing about life. Because Islam is not a religion, but nowadays man turn into a religion. So I feel like this. I am a man that believes in the art of creation. But, like I've been saying, I do not take part in religion. I believe that this earth that we walk on is spiritual. It has something that holds within like minerals and energy and vibration. That's true. But I believe in my heart that religion is man's indeed downfall. God never told man to say, you are a Christian. He didn't tell Abraham he was a Christian. So, but I do have an open mind to say, well, you believe what you want to believe, and I believe what I want to believe, you know? But Easter is a day, today's time, that people don't realize you're bowing down to and acknowledging and recognizing a day of a goddess of sex and also a prophet to retail to make and fund this man, this and that. So, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for listening. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. So I can't remember my my Instagram. Look up Jorel, or go on my Facebook. Well, it's not linked on that. Well, just look me up. Google.